Hey guys, welcome back. We're here to do the library book tag. This apparently has two parts. There is a part of if you do go to your library, and then there's a questionnaire if you don't go to the library. I wonder what are those questions? Oh, why the heck not? Where do you get your books from? Okay, that's kind of funny. Okay. Anyways, I do go to my library. Question number 1, how often do you go to the library? Recently, since I got my gym membership, I have been going about once a week. When I'm good and I go to the gym every day, or most days, I will usually drop in at the library. And a lot of that is to check out the library bookstore, which is getting me in a lot of trouble. It hasn't been good for my bookshelves because I'm outgrowing them, but I just can't help it when they have incredible books and they're incredibly cheap. Question number 2, do you belong to more than one library system? Yes, I belong to 3 different library systems. I have 3 different library cards, one from Colorado, one from Florida, and now here. Plus, I have never really needed to use it, but my kids also each have 2 library cards. So if I wanted, I could switch cards on Hoopla and get a lot more checkouts. But honestly, I don't really need it. Plus, Libby is really cool and it lets you add all of your cards to your account on Libby. So anytime I'm searching for a book, it will search through all of my libraries to see if it's available. So that is incredibly handy. I'm even more on board with the switch from Overdrive to Libby because of that feature. But sometimes I really hate the search feature because I'll be searching and scrolling through a long list, and then I'll click on it to read the synopsis of a book, and then it will click me out completely, and then I have to go all the way back to the beginning of the list, and it's so annoying. But I do really like all the tags that they have within Libby, so that's really positive. Question number 3, what % of books do you read from the library? Honestly, I couldn't say, but probably most likely it's a majority. I use my digital library mostly for audiobook checkouts, and I could just listen to audiobooks a lot faster than physical books. So I tend to always have an audiobook going when I can't physically read. And it's so since we first got our gym membership, I have mostly been going and taking the classes. So I can't really listen to an audiobook or music or anything during those classes because they're giving instructions. But I've kind of switched gears a little bit. I'm spending a lot more time on the elliptical machine, which is a perfect time to just listen to an audiobook. So I've kind of struggled a little bit to find the right audiobooks to listen to while working out, because I think that just anything, certain slow, methodical, maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling there are specific genres that are better for at the gym working out audiobooks. And I'm going to figure that out because I think that I'm going to be spending a lot more time at the gym coming up this fall. Once the kids go back to school, we get back into a routine. Question number 4, do you listen to audiobooks or get ebooks from the library, or are you hooked on Audible or Amazon or something else? Audiobooks. I don't really have any other subscriptions. I really don't need them because I get so many checkouts from between my library apps and then my physical books that I already have. One other thing I use my digital checkouts for is on Hoopla. They have an incredible selection of nonfiction, art books, craft books that have pictures and stuff like that. So I really like the way you can read those books on the app. And then graphic novels. Great place to rent graphic novels because I won't buy graphic novels because they take an hour to read, and then what? So I'm not going to be spending $20, $30 on a graphic novel. It's going to take me an hour. I don't even spend that on regular books, and you can't really find a lot of graphic novels at used bookstores. So best place, in my opinion, to check out graphic novels. Question number 5, did you go to story time at the library as a kid? No, I didn't. My mom was a very busy single mom. When I was really little, I don't recall going to the library until I was a bit older. I think my first library experience was with my grandma at my grandma's local library. It was down the street from her, I remember. And I have this really weird sculpture that's these balls that are stacked right in the middle. I can like picture it in my mind's eye, and it's just kind of a nostalgic place for me because then I moved there later as a teenager, and I drive past it all the time. But I just remember being so excited to go to the library, and it was a really tiny library. They didn't have a lot of selection. They had on the far back wall, they had like all their movies, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's nothing here. I would still just walk up and down the stacks, and this was really before I was a big reader too. Question number 6. Have you ever borrowed a movie or video game from your library? Yes. Actually, at our library in Colorado, my son got into checking out video games from there. Since then, none of the libraries we've gone to have had any video games, but they do always have movies. And I haven't always been into checking out movies, but at my library right now, they have a nice selection of Studio Ghibli films. Studio Ghibli. It's a shame I never can quite understand how to say that. They have a pretty nice selection, and that this past year is when I first watched My Neighbor Totoro, Howl's Moving Castle, and Nausicaa. So I've been checking out those whenever I have them. I live in the United States, and unfortunately, I don't know why they hate us here in the United States, I guess, but we can't ever stream the Studio Ghibli films here. And I know you can get like a VPN and like stream them from the Canada. If you live in Canada, you can get those films on Netflix, but you can't here in the United States. So it's incredibly difficult to find like how to watch them. So it's just really nice that my library carries those. Question number 7. Have you ever gotten fined for returning books late? If so, how do you feel about that? No, I haven't. On one occasion, I was late, but I wasn't charged. On another occasion, my son actually lost a book. He had removed the dust jacket on another book, which had like the barcode and everything. It was a learning opportunity for him to learn how to take care of library books. Question number 8. Do you attend special events, groups, or book sales at the library? Yes, I do really try. When we lived in Colorado, I took my kids all the time to all the kids events that they had there. They had a really cool little play area. And so I could take them there and they could play around there and I could go look at books. But they also just had a lot of fun and free activities for them with a lot of other kids. And at the time we didn't have a lot of money, so that like was our activity that we could afford to do. So that was nice. They also had a really cool studio there where you could play with digital art, but I never really used it. And then here in my library, we have a ton of events as well. And they have even like computer classes. Plus we also have a really cool studio where they have sewing classes and stuff. And I have yet to use that. Again, my shyness takes over because it seems like sometimes I go in there and they are doing some sort of studio time. I don't know how to go about it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I just walk in there and be like, hey, can I use the stuff? Or how that works. And you do have to email the lady who runs the studio. She has to go and be there. And I feel like it would be an inconvenience. I'm going to try to keep my eye out for an actual sewing class and just attend and fill it out from there, hopefully, because I would really like to be able to do that. I'm hoping it'd be really cool to know if they have a sewing machine that does an overlock stitch. But I do also participate in the online book club, but it's like kind of all online, but it is through the library, so that's the thing. Question 9. Have you ever given or taken a book from a little free library, a book box, or a book swap? Yes, I absolutely love little free libraries. I actually have a bag of books that I plan to take and donate. I thought I'd take my son on like a driving practice adventure and we'd go around and map out all the little free libraries and he could drive me around to them and we could like vlog it all. But the summer is gone now and so we haven't done that yet. Question number 10. Bonus. Does your librarian know your name? No, they do not. And question number 11, tag your friends. I don't necessarily love tagging people because I just don't feel like we're that close to the people that I do talk to on booktube. So if you would like to do this tag, consider yourself tagged and then leave me a link to your video so that I can come see your responses. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you soon. Bye.